5 realizations that began to help my anxiety. My suffering from anxiety grew to become overwhelming after decades of living with it. I felt like I needed to find a way to heal it or risk losing relationships and my sanity. I began by learning what I could from books and the internet. This led me to observe the behavior of my anxiety and recognize that undesirable emotions and tension in my physical body were symptomatic of the suffering that was first taking place within my brain. Knowing nothing about the mind when I began this trek, or how to fix it, I was still determined to learn and get better. Eventually, my observations allowed me to come up with the following 5 realizations. Manage the inside because I cannot control the outside. My mind was the source of anxiety, and my view on life had created my suffering. I viewed life as being either good or bad, and if an experience might be bad, I feared it, fought it, or fled from it. This affected my everyday life at work, at home, even while on vacation, wherever stress might occur. I didn't handle it well. I was judging and then reacting by trying to control the world outside of me, something no one could possibly govern. But then I thought, what if my mental perspective were to change? If I chose not to allow my brain to poison me with its negative interpretations of life, I no longer would judge and fear my experiences. Since I'll never be able to completely manage the environment outside of me, it seemed wiser to learn to take care of what I could manage, my mind. My past choices helped create this mess. After recognizing the source of my anxiety, I could now begin to change my brain by revising its views on life. In the past, by repeatedly reacting to stressful life experiences the same way, my choices kept telling my brain to neurologically hardwire a quicker, similar response when feeling anxious. My mind would react unconsciously toward the stress with resistance, frustration, even anger. The brain was doing what it had learned from my prior choices that were based upon fears. The more I reacted in fear over rationale, the deeper ingrained the programming became, leading to undesirable reactive behavior that's difficult to stop. My number one priority needed to change. I decided that my top goal in life should no longer be about family, friends, work, money, or anything else one might want to list. I knew I needed to finally commit to putting personal sanity above all else before I would be of value to others. If I could work every day to improve my mental state, I would become happier and so would everyone around me. Be patient with my progress. It took me a very, very long time to get here. Decades, in fact, and I knew it would take quite a while, years, before I could find freedom and peace inside me. Knowing this made me single-minded in my pursuit of inner peace. Be open to all sorts of help. This might include medication, therapy, reading, and watching experts, etc. I'd eventually become willing to try new things, learn new things, ruling nothing out. At first, I struggled with getting help from a therapist or doctor, to be honest, because I had gotten caught up into believing societal stigmas about mental health and medicating. Eventually, I had no choice but to explore therapy and medicine. Both were helpful for me. Working through anxiety was not an easy or quick fix, but rather a steady progressive development of life changes and realizations that gradually helped improve negative thinking, emotional mindsets, and ultimately my suffering. There is now a level of awareness of what is happening within my mind that helps me to manage the anxious thoughts that generate undesirable feelings and tension within my body. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and watch my other videos as I will continue to share more of my experiences and practices